Have you ever seen one of those fancy ads for a new fragrance release and thought, this doesn't tell me anything about how the fragrance smells? Well, you're not alone. Not only do those ads lack detail, but they also cost a lot of money to produce. And that extra expense is passed on to you, the consumer. So, over the past month, I've tested 5-star cologne fragrances to see if these fragrances smelled as good as their savings. Starting with Dark Casino Royal Nights from the Duer brand. When it comes to clones, dupes, copies, or inspired expression fragrances, this will always be the most common fragrance type you come across. With Dark Casino Royal Nights, the House of Duer plays into the allure, hype, and goodness of the wildly popular Baccarat Rouge 540 extrait from the House of MFK. But before we determine if this one's worth it, we have to understand what makes Baccarat Rouge 540 so popular in the first place. Like most niche fragrances, BR 540 is known for being high quality and a long-lasting scent profile. Plus, it's a rich, well-rounded fragrance that's perfect for special occasions or just getting compliments. But of course, all this doesn't come for cheap. Depending on the bottle size, BR 540 extrait can run you upwards of $900. But who wants to pay that? But with this one, the Duer brand wanted to amplify the key notes of BR 540 extract. So think saffron, almond, and ambergris, which collectively give a richer, more intense take on that burnt cotton candy accord found in the original. On first spray, you'll notice Duer's take is sweeter, but not in a bad way. It still maintains that addictiveness. It also features jasmine, musk, and resins that help it maintain that familiar feel. If you're a fan of Baccarat Rouge 540 extrait, then you'll enjoy Dark Casino Royal Nights. I mean, it's simple. The customers are raving about it. Some have said it's a masterpiece, while others have said that this is a grown-up take on BR 540, even more so than the extrait. When you thought BR 540 couldn't get any better, then OMG, look at Dark Casino Royal Nights. One of the easiest ways to get buy-in when introducing a new product is to solve a common problem. And as the Duer brand began to expand their fragrance offerings, that's exactly what they did. One of the most common questions I get from fragrance enthusiasts is, what fragrances should they blend or pair to smell unique? Well, the House of Duer has taken the guesswork out, as they are pioneers in the hybrid fragrance segment. Take Fierce Desire 2, for example. This fragrance combines Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce with Gergeros Cruz del Sur 2 to make a masculine, woody aromatic fragrance that's unique, but still familiar. And the result is a 5-star fragrance enthusiasts love. Some say it's fire, while others say it's a masterful blend of pineapple, mango, and musk. But at any rate, they all say it's 5-star worthy. Fierce Desire 2 is mango, pineapple, dried fruits, and woods. The musk and sandalwood in the base are really delivered in this creamy blend, and it has this milkiness to the overall composition that projects. It's seductive in nature, great for warmer weather, and because it's a blend, it's a unique offering that's unlike anything you'll find in a store. When I think of the Duer brand, they have some unique advantages over mainstream fragrance houses. Because their fragrances are made in small batches, they have the ability to push boundaries and take creative risks. That said, in addition to their hybrid fragrance model, they also introduced the Tribrid and Quadrid fragrances as well. So it only makes sense that the third fragrance we talk about is the Tribrid fragrance model. And that's exactly what we get with Poseidon's legendary Chariot. This one features a mix of 3 legendary fragrances, including Creed Ventus, Percival, and Leighton from the House of Parfum de Marly. If you wanted to recreate this layering combo, it would cost you over $1,200, but with the Duer brand, you can combine all of these for only $60. Plus, if you use the code down below, you'll get 30% off of any fragrance on the duerbrand.com. On their own, Aventus, Percival, and Leighton are standout fragrances, but combined, you're gonna get a compliment monster. Poseidon's legendary Chariot opens up fresh and bright, with pineapple being center stage. And I mean, it's a super fruity opening. The compliment factor for Poseidon's legendary Chariot is high. It has the right amount of earthiness and woods. According to the Duer brand, they had their chemists take the best parts of each fragrance to make a scent that was top tier. Bravo! Mission accomplished, because this one hit on all levels. You get the pineapple and birch from Aventus, you get that vanilla from Leighton, and the lavender violet and ambroxan from Percival. I recently sprayed this one on, and my wife said, this one makes me want to hug you. So if you're looking to pull your lady in closer, then this could be the one for you. But don't take my my word for it, some of those 5-star reviews really show you what this fragrance is all about. I have to give kudos to Duer and what they've been able to accomplish over the years. Since starting in 2016, they've expanded their vision from really bringing affordable niche fragrances to the masses to where they are today. And now they've expanded their fragrance selection into 4 categories. Duer inspired expressions, which are really their take on popular niche fragrances. Then there's the Duer designer line, which is their take on top tier designer fragrances. And of course, you also have their inspired hybrids, which are the hybrid fragrance, Tribrid, and Quadrid fragrances that combine up to 4 fragrances into one masterful blend. But their biggest accomplishment has to be the Duer Originals. The name says it all. After years of producing high quality recreation or inspired expression fragrances, they decided to go out on their own and make their original fragrances, and these things are good. For example, we have AI Vanille, and they made this fragrance using artificial intelligence. At its core, you get this Madagascar powder-infused rum, tonka, brown sugar, and gaiac wood. Personally, I find this to be an upscale, mature, and manly take on the note of vanilla. Naturally, vanilla is a seductive note, and its use in this fragrance is no different. It's intoxicating, it's rich, and it maintains this subtle sweetness with this boozy undertone. One of the official descriptions of this fragrance was that it's comforting, and in fact, that's the first thing my wife said to me when I sprayed this one on. If you want a quality fragrance brand you can trust on a budget, then you should give the Duer brand a look. I first came across the Duer brand in 2018, and when it comes to affordable fragrance brands, they always get love in the comments. If we get this video to 3,000 likes, then I'll treat 3 of you to the Duer fragrance of your choice. Until then, remember to check out the duerbrand.com and use the code down below to save 30% off your entire order. Remember, not all shopping experiences are the same. So click here to see what happened when I purchased $400 worth of fake fragrances from Temu.